Welcome to all of you again, and this is the second session of our discussion today, which is James. We've done already 4 questions, I think. Now we are going to start from question number 4, and question says, some says, if you, that is you, you're missing, sorry, if you don't change the way you feel about the thing, you can't change your behavior towards it or about it. So, to what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? Hello?
Sorry, what was that comment again? I was somehow.
Yes, it's question number 4 here. It's in green. Says that, okay, just let me, I think there is one more missing. Yes. If you don't change the way you feel about a thing, you can change your behavior towards it. So, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree about this statement? Or to what extent do you agree or disagree about it? Mhm. In another way, do you feel it is necessary to change the way you feel about anything so you can change the way you behavior or your behavior? Okay? Do you feel that is true?
Hello.
Yes. Hello,
Yeah,
Khalil.
yeah. I think. Yes, I agree with this. I agree with that. The feeling is one of the most important things that help us to change our behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so if you feel about something that is good, so you feel that you automatically you behave in in certain way. But if the feeling change, then accordingly your behavior will change toward it. So about what you feel about something is how you understand that thing, how you like how your perception, how you perceive this item, this people, this person, and according to the feeling you have in your heart, for example, then accordingly you act, and this acting will be your behavior. So yes, it's very important to firstly change your feeling about the thing, then accordingly and automatically your behavior will be changed.
Excellent. That is a nice comment from our friend here, Mr. Khalil. Say that yes, it's very important to change the way you feel about things because it is where it started. If I am just paraphrasing what he says, yes, it's still open for the others to add some ideas about this statement or to agree or disagree, or maybe they also could clarify some point, or just they could change the angle of the whole thing. Maybe they see it from a different way. If nothing to be added at this point, allow me just to move to the next one. Says, what makes people change to good, although what makes them change to bad? Guys, always try to remember when you ever would like to answer a question, think of events, and then definitely you will see there are lots of possibility, probability, and you could take lots of things in your consideration when you answer. Should I go by name and asking you guys? Are you still enjoying your coffee from the break? Muhammad Fakhruddin.
You catch me. I
Yeah,
was
okay.
drinking something actually.
Okay, then yes.
Okay. Okay, let's say about the question was
Number 5, what makes people change to good and what makes people change to bad? In your opinion, what do you think?
actually it depends about on the current situation of that change.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Like when you want to, you are in the situation that maybe in a room full of dark, and you want to change this situation, you know, uh, you have to do something on in order to change. Like maybe let's have another example in this one. Like actually, as I said before, it's about like the current situation. If the situation that will grab your attention to maybe act in a good way, maybe positive way or negative way. Like I was trying to give the example of you are sitting in somewhere that you have no electricity, no like you know like no water. You have to make something that will bring for you water and electricity. In this case, in this case, you will be, maybe going or travel to another place, in order to change, from the bad situations to the good one.
Excellent. But let's think of the way that people change themselves to be a good person or a bad person. So, good or bad here, it means like a personality. For example, what makes a criminal that be sentenced to jail because he committed murder? What makes him what changed him? We know that for sure. This is not the way that he was born. He definitely was born like a normal human and being raised with his family. There were lots of factors there. He ended up in a situation where he's in a jail committing a murder, like a murder. So my question is, what makes those kind of change? Other situations, someone was like, for example, he was poor in a situation where everything is hard for him, and somehow he became very successful. So he made it from scratch to, to the internationality. He made it big. So what makes them do this? If you have some ideas.
I see, I see.
Mhm.
Okay, it's actually about the situation he's living right now, and it's the courage of taking you know that decision will make you change. Maybe as you said, you know that person of the criminal. Actually he born honest person, but the environment or maybe his situations will let him maybe steal something. Maybe
Excellent.
because
That is a good expression, which is
yes,
environment. Yes, it is.
yes, it's all about the environment he was, in. He was living in there, and also about that the situation of you said about someone from nothing to become, maybe a millionaire or billionaire. Also, he maybe we can say it's not about the environment, but about his goals and his mindset about that thing. Or maybe he has someone, he's like, I don't know how to express this, but, maybe he see,
Negative and
Yes.
positive
yes,
influence in your life. Basically, that's
It's
what
yes,
you're
it's
saying.
exactly.
the question is
Yes,
actually the question is very tricky. That when you just focus in the first part, you will end up somehow arguing about what you have said in the previous one, and that's exactly what our friend here experienced. You see, you say that and I was just waiting for the time that you will get to this one and you will understand. Yes, I would like to. I would like to argue about the environment can make you bad, but the environment cannot make you good. I think environment
Yes,
really needs some justice here.
yes, exactly. So maybe
So
I will give this mic to another person. Maybe I'll give you
thank you
you.
very much. Thank you very much. And
Yeah,
yes,
but
let's discuss this one. Yes, it's really very important to understand the ins and outs, the odds, and the ins and outs of this situation here. Yes, and Badri, yes.
I was saying the negative and positive influence of others on the person's life that will dictate the change of that person. Meaning of in other situation you might be influenced by a person that who's successful, which will lead you to success. And if you are surrounded by people that who are bad, basically you will end up doing bad things and going to the criminality or the criminal ways of thinking. And
Yes.
also your mindset and how you were raised, like among your family or among your society. As they say, like thieves breed only criminals.
Yes, I understand that one. And there is also possibility to argue about all of this. There have been lots of people. They were very good people, and they come out from worse situation, bad family, broken family, abusive father, and such a thing like that. To some extent, yes, the possibility says that 90% or above that goes with that way. But still, the human and the adaptability of it, the inner, direction and the inner compass of right and wrong, the way that you interact always makes sometimes different. This is how I see it. Yes, I know this is a delicate point to talk about, and I would like to hear to more and more. Please, guys, you always feel very free to disagree, and I will be very glad to disagree with me. Not because I like to be an argumentative guy, but somehow that will add a flavor to our topic, I think.
Okay, hi,
Yes.
welcome back. This is Betria, but I have a friend of mine who'd like to participate.
She's highly
Can
welcome.
she
Yeah,
talk?
definitely.
Yes. This is Vanessa, my friend from Uganda. We live together here. I told her about the topic and she would like to talk about it.
Welcome,
Yes, Vanessa.
Alisa or Aliza?
Vanessa.
Okay, welcome, Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Well, when it comes to change, I would like to thank all the participants that have participated. And when it comes to the why people change from good to bad, what makes people change? Some of the life experiences we go through, maybe you're a good person, and then someone breaks your trust. Trust also has an impact on how people change. If your trust is good, some people change for the better, and then somebody say because this person, because of the trust issues, and they change into bad people. But I believe the family and the environment have a very big impact on how people change in their lives. Because the environment is big, we shall look at the people we associate with, our workplaces, that is all environment. But still, the key factor is family. Where do we grow up from? If I come from an abusive family, I can decide to carry on the bad character or being abusive, and I say, or maybe I say, I'm tired of this. I'm going to be a better person. So change is two-way, but it also depends on how someone thinks about it. The previous speaker talked about the mindset. Yes, I believe it also very important on how someone changes their attitude about a situation. Yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you very much. That is very elegant to say. Yes, it is. And I like the point of how do you experience things, but individually, I always try to take it to a matter of individual when it comes to change. So I don't want to add comment here. I just would like to cast another question. Individually, what makes the difference? How could we say this is a good person or a bad person? What makes you judge people? So if you answer this question, we will go to another question that will lead us somehow will be supportive to this argument. So the general question, let me allow me to say this question. What judge
Okay.
a person to be a good or bad?
What makes a person to be good or bad?
And like for example, as a human, we judge each other, correct?
Yeah, maybe I
We
can
have
say
to.
my friend is good. You say my friend
Definitely.
is has a good character.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it depends on the people you associate yourself with, and then also it all also comes down to your principles in life. You say maybe this is this. Even if somebody does this, I'm not going to change who I am. So I believe it comes down to your perspective and your principles in life, your do's and don'ts. That I don't cross this line. Even if I have my friends who are drunkards, if I don't drink, I will not drink. So it comes down to principles. Yes.
So principles, what makes us judge people as good or bad, correct?
Yes, yes, yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
think
yes.
also ethical and life rules or society rules that would dictate what a person is bad or good.
Excellent, excellent. Here is the argument of me. Like let's say that suppose that what gives the society that to judge this is good and this is bad, because I believe there are a lot of people they are let us say they are the victim of the society abusive rules and a way of thinking and judgment, especially when you go to conservative societies as we have in Africa. We all suffer from this one. So to some point, for me, if I would like to say change from good and bad individually, yes, it depends on the person how it is react, isn't it? But also it depends on how the society is going to judge, because the way the society is going to judge you is going to make a rule for you, and it's also going to make your choices in life very different, and they somehow change you. For example, if your father is drunk and you could not, sometimes you will find it difficult for you to face the society because your father is drunk. But when you come to good and bad principle, so what do I have to do with my drunk father? We all know nothing I have to do with that one, but the society won't accept it. Why? Because this is how the society think. You are the son of a drunk father. So you see, here comes the dilemma. If individually the certain rule is totally different from society, and here comes the complexity of all of it. I think we would like to debate on this one, but not now because I have very limited time. Think of this, and you make it have also bright idea to find some concealed, or let's say to have a very good common ground, to somehow to understand the crossways between the two ideas. Anything to add to this point, or should we go to the next one?
I agree with you 100% because what perceived to be a bad in a society, it could be a better thing in another. So you
Yeah,
basically like nailed everything and put it in the real perspective.
thank you very much. I hope so. And
Exactly.
yes, I would like to move to question number 6, because this is really, for me, this is the real question. What tips you have to help people get rid of bad habits? I know it's a general question. You could take a specific thing that you have experienced or you have changed, or you could talk about. But
Hello.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. One of the most important tip here that you have to shift the bad one with a good one. Like you don't have to make the place empty. Otherwise, you will back again to the bad habit. One of them
Excellent.
is you have to replace it by a good habit. Uh, yeah. Second thing is like if you want to get any new habits, so simply you have to stick to it for the first time and repeat it many times. Then it become one of your habits. So you need patience in the beginning and consistency to make it one of your habits. And yeah, so this could be, yeah, one of two tips regarding how to rid off your bad habits.
I like the smart philosophy, but I hope it could be applied anywhere. Now, if I am, let us say, I'm a smoker, I need to change it with another type of smoking, or what else?
Sorry, if you want.
If I am a smoker, like
Okay.
so what are your suggestions? The thing that I should replace by smoking.
Um Actually, it's not, yeah, it could not be applicable to every habits, because they differ from one to other. But for example, if you want to quit the smoking,
Mm-hmm.
so what is good, the good thing here is firstly to understand why you have to quit this one. So you need to know more about it, and you need to change your feeling about the cigarette. Then accordingly, your act according, yeah, will be changed.
I'm
So
sorry. I'm really sorry. I know this is the tough one, but I feel like you are
I will
eligible to answer this one.
I will say heed the advice of your doctor.
That helps a lot. The thing is, when it comes to smoking, we all, I don't understand actually. To be honest, we all not quite as we are when it comes to smoking and addiction. Don't you think?
just one comment.
Yeah,
Why make the smoking very hard to quit? Because
isn't
it's
it?
not just a habit. It's as you said, it's addiction. It have
Excellent.
something to do with your biology. It's something with your chemical, and your brain needs some elements that consider very it show very important, and that make the thing very hard and tough. So for that, you need to deal with it. I don't know, but in a scientific way, like how to quit smoking. I know it's not an easy thing, because of the thing we mentioned, and it's a little bit different from the habits, because there are the element of addiction there.
Okay, yes, that combined, yes, really, that combined the complexity, yes. Good, thank you very much for your point. That's really clear and excellent. I'm always delighted to talk with you guys, and sometimes, yes, I make it harder for you, just for the sake of the discussion. And I have to be a little bit, argumentative guy.
Mhm.
So I hope you will not take it, to another way. Yes. Any other ideas about this one?
Yes, if I can
Yeah.
add something. Always, whenever you want to give up, or if you want to break a bad habit, you have to know why I want to break it, and keep always this in your mind.
You
Second
mean
thing, you start
just
gradually.
allow me to
You don't stop it
allow
just
me to
one.
interrupt you. Like you mean
It's okay, yeah.
yeah, no, just to know or to feel what you know. Because for me there
Yeah,
are two
of course.
differences.
This is what I mean, to feel
Okay,
and
excellent.
be
Yes, yeah,
aware
excellent. Yes.
of this decision you are going to make. Replace it by another habit, and start gradually. Don't give up just at one time, because it's sometimes difficult. People give at one time and then they find themselves they are back to this bad habit. And always the support of the people who are close to you, your friends and your family, until you pass this period.
Just to add to that,
Yeah.
people usually don't quit habits unless they come in a crossroad.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be honest, seriously, like if you do not be put in like in a crossroad, you won't choose to quit habits.
Yes,
And
excellent.
I'm saying this like out of experience. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about others, but I've been through so many habits that I had to quit until I came across the road that either death or take it or leave it.
Yeah, actually, if you want to add something here, and it's also an answer of the previous question when you ask that what makes people change to good or bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are, yes, there are external factors, and also there are internal factors. Sometimes it's mainly
Is
depend
it
on
internal factor or internal system?
internal system.
Yes.
What you mean by system?
There is difference between factor. Whenever you have factor, a factor without system will never have action. Correct?
Yes,
So,
correct.
so there are external factors and there are internal system, which when those external factors be applied on that system, they will be an output accordingly. Some system are good, so they will have a good output. System are good, and so on. I believe so.
Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. But what I meant that I mean by internal factors, I mean the person as individual, to what extent he have some important, let's say, some important traits, like to what extent he have
Yes, and now I
patient.
understand.
Yeah, this factor is to what extent you have patience, to what extent you have a vision to when you want to reach, to what extent, like you let's say you have resistancy, to what extent. Yeah, so these internal traits are very important, and it's different from one person to another. Some people, I believe, they can make the change easily because they are very strong from inside, and and even they cannot allow the external factors to affect them or to change them. So that's why there are some people, regardless of the environment surrounded by them, they are able to make their decision and make their change and improve inside the environment of, let's say, chaos, but they go and do what they want to do because according to their internal factors. Yeah.
Excellent.
So maybe.
Excellent. That you really howled it, spoke it, and nothing left to say. I cannot agree more, as usual. Excellent. Excellent. Guys, what do you have to add to this point? I think Mr. Khalil here really made a good thing about it. Excellent, excellent. So I would like to move to question number 7. Please let us spend 2 minutes on this one. Says, can everyone make good changes? Why? Why not? Guys, do you have any ideas about this one? Like, can everyone make good changes?
El Badri speaking.
Yeah.
Not like per se like individuality. Like an individual cannot make like usually a good change by themselves.
Excellent.
It depends. In some other occasions, yes, but most of the time they need an influence. They need a person to help them around.
Yeah, yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much. As usual, laconic and sharp and smart. Yes, others?
Just let me disagree with Mr. Badri for purpose of discussion.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that always you need external influence. Sometimes because everybody, if everybody can make change, everybody, as long as you are alive.
As,
So the change it's
as a possibility, isn't it?
yes, because why? Because the change is one of the outcomes of living, of life. So if you live, so you make change every day, you improve, you are make progress. Otherwise, if you stop the change, that means literally you die, or even metaphorically you die. So
Yes.
either you make change, either you life, as long as you make change, and and most of the situation that the people can do good change if we make changes in life, and this change would be good regardless of how it's big or small. It's in a personal level or in a society level, in organization level. But in all cases, everybody, yes, can make change. Why? Because they are still alive and still have and still have a good thing in their side and have a motivation to go on. Uh, yeah, everybody can make change, good changes.
Excellent. And
If
for the others, would you like to agree or disagree? And it's still open. And 1 minute, and we will be moving to the last question because we always discuss 8 questions. We leave two for you to participate in the group with them. And that was like nothing because 2 clubs I had none of the reviews about this one. I hope this club it will be different, and I will have some people are discussing this, on the group. So, do you have anything to add to this point? Question number 7. For me, I really, to some extent, I disagree with you, Mr. Khalil, because I believe not everyone can make good changes. And I'm not talking about possibility, I'm talking about reality in life. Because I know there are a lot of people, they are incapable of making good decisions for themselves, so they can never make good changes for themselves, not for the environment or the people around them. So as far as I believe, and I believe to be smart, it is always to understand who can make good changes and who can't, and don't waste your time. Or even I don't believe in like wasting my time. But if the possibility of this person to make changes is 10%, so I would not waste like 90% of my effort waiting for this 10% to come out. Somehow it is harsh, I understand, but it is really reality, I think. This is why we have lots of people, in job, there is always vault and there is always, let's say, punishment and so on. Okay, so if you have
yeah,
anything, yes, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, just because the good change, the this sentence is very like very general. Good change.
Yeah,
So yeah, according what I understood, that the good change is any change that you do either for the work or for yourself, at least, like
yes.
you change your behavior, your attitude, etc. So according to what I know, that because the person get experience in life, get knowledge, and according by the time he understand the things, so according to his understanding, to the experience he get, so he start improving himself even gradually. So that means he making changes. So everybody can make this kind of changes because he every day learn new thing, every day experience a new thing, and this knowledge, experience, awareness affect his act, his behavior, etc. So the change is going on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That proves the point that I always argue with my friend. I believe there is no negative feeling unless we know the way there is nothing negative in this life unless we know how we use it. So my point is, okay, if I am a person, I would like to change myself, I have always to consider like there is a possibility for me, correct?
Again,
If
sorry.
I would like to make change for myself, I should
Okay.
always believe there is a possibility I could make change. I can change myself,
Yes.
correct? But
Yes. Correct.
but when it comes for the others, should I always believe around them like that? If you do that with the others, it will come kind of stupidity because we know the outcome for some people. So I believe yes, that is the right way because you know this is going to waste and it is not going. This is really you are not benefiting from waiting this guy. So why you just keep him as an employee for you? Just leave him. Bring another one. He's good. So my point is, no one can say the act that I have done is incorrect. While the correct is he has to believe in himself so he could, hopefully, he could change, isn't it? So I believe as a human, we always misunderstand things, or we have to argue about what is right or wrong, because the way I perceive it, if it works for the good, then it is good. So it is works for the bad, then it is bad. Although here you are being selfish, here you are not being selfish, but the same idea, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, I understand that one. I wish if I could do more with this one. We have less than a minute. The last one is: do you think high adaptability, the sort of positive change, will be also left with the two questions? What define changes as good or bad? That was the trick, you know. And what are the types of change? The way you see them. Everyone has his own way of this. These three questions will be left to you. Please participate in the group, make the group active. You can send voice message, you can also write. It is all acceptable. Thank you very much. I'm always delighted with such enlightened mind like yours.